Passing Inverkeithing. Not every train stops at Inverkeithing, but once you've crossed the Firth rail bridge, you want to keep looking out to sea. The waters of the Firth of Forth just get broader and broader. Your view will sometimes be interrupted, but as it opens up, you can enjoy some stunning vistas across to Edinburgh and beyond. Most of the coastline around the Firth of Forth is internationally renowned for its natural heritage. As the train passes near to the shore, you may see some of the birds which make this area so important. Seabirds flock to the Forth in summer, while waders feed in the mudflats in winter-time. Fairly rare birds like the red-throated diver are occasional visitors, but you're more likely to spot a stocky black and white oyster catcher or a curlew with its distinctive long, down-curved bill. Look out to sea and you'll notice rocky islands in the Forth. Most of these were formed by volcanic activity around 300 million years ago. They're a haven for nesting seabirds. One of the most important is the Isle of May, a national nature reserve on which around 200,000 seabirds nest. It's one of the best places in Scotland to get up close and personal with a puffin. 45,000 pairs of these fascinating, dapper little birds breed here in the summer. Guillemots are here too, laying their eggs directly onto the narrowest of ledges. There are razorbills, shags, kittiwakes, and it's not only birds which thrive around the Isle of May. It's home to one of the biggest grey seal colonies on the east coast of Britain. Although there are vast numbers of seabirds on the island every summer, it's not always been that way. When people lived here permanently, growing crops and keeping animals, the bird population was much smaller. The Isle of May wasn't finally abandoned until after the Second World War, and it was only then that many more seabirds were attracted to this ideal habitat. Seabird numbers have always fluctuated, both here and more widely, and they continue to change. Much of what we know about seabirds in Scotland and further afield has been discovered on the Isle of May. It's a perfect location for research because it's easy to get really close to the birds. Each year around a dozen researchers spend the summer here, surrounded by the cry of the birds and the crash of the waves. They study seabird survival, breeding success and sources of food, and the records they've been keeping over the past 40 years give significant insights into conditions at sea and ongoing climate change. But it's not just scientists who can enjoy this island. If you'd like to get nearer to the astonishing wildlife on the Isle of May, you could take a day trip from the Fife fishing village of Anstruther, further along the coast. Bird expert Roy Dennis thinks the experience is unforgettable.
If you've never been to a seabird colony, you're missing something. It's not just the spectacle of seeing these beautiful birds like puffins or gannets. It's the incredible noise of a seabird colony and often the incredible smell that drifts up from all the droppings of these seabirds. You may think that's awful, but it isn't. It gives that incredible sight, sound and smell, which is so distinctive of seabird colonies. And remember, the seabird colonies in Scotland are spectacular. They're nearly like our Serengeti in conservation terms.